Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news and headlines from our city, from our state, from Mexico. We take a look at your comments, your questions, your suggestions, and your thoughts on how we can all have a most amazing life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English speaking locals. Today is Tuesday, December 14th, and we have all kinds of fun and interesting things prepared for today. No tacos, at least not this morning, but we'll get into that in a second. First of all, it is a pleasure to see everyone today. Oh, thank you, Gary. I'm loving this comment. Was on the Malecon last night. I have no idea where people will go. They have so much stuff jammed in there. Well, that goes along with my plans for today. Today, I might as well put it out there. We didn't go to tacos yesterday, but we're going to go looking for a taco place today so we can report on it tomorrow. And what I thought I would do is right after today's broadcast, I'm going to walk to the Malecon and see with my very own eyes what on earth is going on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go live as I'm walking the Malecon. We haven't tried that in a long time. We'll put our faith in the hands of Telcel. And we are going to, sounds like you're overloading the front into your mixer. Am I overloading the front into my mixer, Bill? I don't mean to overload anything into my mixer. I really don't. What I mean to do is to get another mixer. That's what I need to do. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Anyhow, I'm going to walk. And I'm going to walk live. And if technology helps us, we'll have a lovely conversation as we explore what's going on in the Malecon. And this is going to happen right after today's broadcast. I'm just going to walk into town. And if it doesn't work out, I will do a walk in the usual fashion that we do. And we will see what is going on. If that sounds like a plan to you, that sounds great. If you are not curious about seeing what's going on at the Malecon, then this is the moment to say, Paco, no, go walking somewhere else. Seriously. Anyhow, this is what we have. And of course, as always, if this is your first time here, oh my God, your comments are so interesting today. I can't wait to get to all these news that you're sharing with me. Anyhow, if you're new, please let us know by writing the word new in your comments or suggestion. And that way we will give you a proper welcome. If you have something truly important to say, just add the letter Q to your comment and we'll be very happy to acknowledge it. I will acknowledge Cheryl last night because Cheryl made me teary-eyed and she doesn't even know that she did. You see, last night I was watching Amy Armstrong's 100th live broadcast, which took place this past Friday. And Cheryl watched it as well. And Cheryl wrote a comment on the broadcast. Of course, I didn't watch it live. I watched the replay. But Cheryl wrote something along the lines of since Amy has been live streaming throughout the whole pandemic, Cheryl wrote something along the lines of watching you helped me decide to move to Mexico. And I thought that was the sweetest thing. So I just felt compelled to share that with everybody. So, Cheryl, that was a sweet thing and to read, and it was nice to bump into you as I was watching Amy Armstrong's performance last night. Okay, that's enough of an intro. We're all here, so we might as well get started with our news, which include a lot of shade for the vaccination campaign, a little bit of shade for yet another real estate development that is doing murky things, and an unexpected Christmas album that I found this morning. So let's go. Well, reports of the first day of COVID vaccination campaigns are all over the place, with some commonalities and an important takeaway that I will share momentarily. But first, this first news item focuses on disorder and delays and long lines at La Lija. If anybody has a report, please let us know. But then this other report shows similar circumstances at the Naval Hospital, where, along with the booster shot and campaign for seniors, the second shot campaign for leftovers is taking place, along with a third campaign, this one for minors with pre-existing conditions. So I am not surprised that it was a little crazy at the Naval Hospital and at La Lija. But then it gets more interesting. This report praises the huge participation of seniors who promptly arrived at La Lija to get vaccinated, while this other report claims that participation at the same location was weak and that less than 5,000 people showed up, where there are approximately 40,000 vaccines available. Excuse me. It all sounds dreadful to me if you ask, but it is so very important that we go get our vaccines when they become available. So, as we mentioned yesterday, bring a friend, bring a Kindle, bring a sandwich, bring your television set. I mean, bring whatever you need to bring to get this done. And if it's not the most pleasant experience, just hang in there. It's just 4 hours of the rest of our lives, or whatever long it takes. We might as well get it done. What am I talking about? We should get it done. Vaccinations are important. And the takeaway, you do have to pre-register on the Mi Vacuna website. Apparently, a lot of seniors were showing up to get vaccinated without any paperwork, and of course, this causes delays and whatnot. So, this is what is going on with the vaccination campaigns. If you got vaccinated yesterday at either one of the facilities and you wish to share how things went for you, please let us know. And that will be very much appreciated and very helpful for others who may be planning on going today or maybe tomorrow. For example, Mark is letting us know that he's waiting for the booster shot at the Naval Hospital, half an hour wait outside, but inside now. That seems to be a little smoother than yesterday, and I hope that it continues to be smooth in that regard. Moving right along with other headlines, let me switch over to this one, which has to do with another irregular real estate adventure. The Marina Vallarta Residents Association has reported yet another case of irregular construction permits taking place now in Marina Vallarta and on its main street, no less. According to the report, the urban plan at Marina Vallarta has taken into account since 1988 a series of green pathways for endemic fauna to be able to use, and now someone is attempting to build in one of such areas. That is so unfortunate. I hope this gets stopped, or I hope this gets straightened out or fixed in the best possible way for all the people involved. And now let us turn over to the weather, and we will continue with a few laughs and an unexpected Mexican Christmas. Let's go. Why are you hiding behind those clouds, Mr. Sun? Have you put on weight? Well, if I was the sun, I could easily answer, yes, I have. But this is not about me. It's about the weather and our forecast. Our temperature right now, rather, is 26 degrees. Feels like 28. Humidity is at 61%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 79 degrees right now. Our forecast for today says it's going to be humid through the day with a high temperature of 30, low temperature 19. Tomorrow, we can expect a humid and partly cloudy day with a high temperature of 30, low temperature of 18. And finally, Thursday, it'll be humid and mostly cloudy through the day with a high temperature of 29, low temperature of 18. And that is the weather for the next few days. I would like to continue with something useless, but altogether funny. At least it was funny to me. Let me bring it up. Hold on. You know that I am fascinated by language and I am fascinated by words. And somebody sent me this very funny um, image. As you know, a lot of times when you go out and buy goods and products, they usually have a label that says the country or the place where things are made. Some things may say made in China, made in Mexico, made here, there, and the other. Um, we also know that there is such a thing as a country called Turkey. And we also know that Turkey is over there on the other side of the Atlantic. And we also know that the word turkey is used to refer to a bird, and that such bird in Spanish is called pavo. That we have other words. For example, we have guajolote, which comes from the Nahuatl, which is another word we use for turkey. But turkey is a pavo. So I had to laugh when somebody sent me this label that says made in Turkey, fabrique en Turquie. And then in Spanish, it says it was hecho en pavo. So it was made with turkey, not in Turkey. And I suppose this was a lot funnier 2 nights ago when I was slightly stoned. But I think it's kind of funny. I hope you agree with me. I love running into these kinds of strange typos and situations out there. Now, I want to tell you about this unexpected Mexican treat. As I was prepping the news for this morning, I came across this report of a new Mexican Christmas music album. So, obviously, I got curious about it. This is a project by Mexican harpist César Secundino, who, unbeknownst to me, became the winner of the World Harp competition in the Netherlands in 1998, and he studied at my alma mater, Berklee College of Music in Boston. So I immediately got curious about this, that, and the other, and found this other article about him that features a video clip of him performing at the aforementioned World Harp competition. Apparently, other than the Christmas album itself, he has not released any other recordings just yet, but I'm sure others will follow. After all, he's only 33 years of age, which means he's even too young to become my next future ex husband. But I was tickled because the report spoke of mariachi music that was recorded in England or by a British label, I believe. And I think we have, yes, we do. We have a graphic of the Christmas album itself, which I quickly went looking for in Spotify, and I found it. So I'll be sharing it with you in the show notes. It is mariachi Christmas music with the harp being at the forefront. So I love the harp as an instrument. So I thought this would be a beautiful album. And I enjoy the music very much because it is well recorded. For better or worse, I grew up with the American Christmas music tradition in my veins, and I know a lot of the standard Christmas repertoire well enough to cringe ever so slightly when I hear bad translations of songs like White Christmas or Oh Holy Night. But I very much enjoyed the rest of the album, and I think you will too. You will find this in the show notes today after the broadcast. So let's get rid of this and let's move on to three other headlines that I wish to share with you. This is an article that I haven't read, but I'm sure I'm going to enjoy. 10 realistic ways to set boundaries with others during the holidays. This comes to us from Huffington Post. It's written in English. I am sure I'm not the only person that is very mindful of boundaries this season, boundaries of accepting invitations, boundaries of having to be places where I may or may not feel socially comfortable. If this fits your bill, then there's going to be a good article for you to read in the show notes. I also want to send a shout out to Sandra Seska, who I know, we're not very, very close friends, but I know and very much respect her. She's a local expat. Sorry, she's a local English speaking resident. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you an expat, Sandra. My apologies. She is a local person. She keeps busy. She gives tours. She's written a couple of books about Puerto Vallarta, and now she has updated the third edition of her Tropical Plants of Puerto Vallarta book. There's going to be a book signing this coming Saturday at the Vallarta Botanical Garden downtown office on Ignacio L. Vallarta. So, this would be a great opportunity for you to connect with one of the most knowledgeable English speaking locals in this town. I appreciate what Sandra has done for herself because, in the process of living here, she has really dug into what makes Puerto Vallarta tick. And I admire that in anyone. And last but not least, the cat is out of the bag for my next conversation interview. This is going to be with Amy Armstrong and Fernando Gonzalez on Friday night. We're going to go live at the same time at which Amy usually has her live broadcast, but she's taking a break from those. Again, she just had her 100th live broadcast, and we're going to converse. We're going to converse this coming Friday about music. We're going to talk about cancer and survival and love and hope. And we're, of course, going to talk about this wonderful concert that that Amy and Fernando have put together along with other wonderful musicians. That is going to take place on December 30th at Teatro Vallarta, where yours truly will be master of ceremonies. So I'm excited about conversing with Amy. As it turns out, I was watching her video, the replay of her broadcast, and I was like getting all emotional and getting the feels. And she rang. She sent me she typed a message to me. She said, "Can we have a conversation?" And I said, "Sure." We had the most wonderful half an hour camera conversation last night. It was just wonderful, and I just love musicians like Amy that are hardworking, that are committed to bettering her craft, and that are committed to working with other musicians to provide live music experiences for us to enjoy. And that's pretty much the end of our headlines and news. Let us now take a quick look at your comments just to see where everybody is at. As always, please forgive me because I'm always going to be grateful for all these wonderful good mornings. Nothing beats starting a day with people being nice and just saying good morning and good afternoon, and I just love it. Um, let's see. Sherry is almost back. Good for you, Sherry. I hope your travels are safe. Uh, and you're going to be here for a few weeks or months, if I recall. That's wonderful. Um, we just talked about this, Gary. I'm so curious to see what these casitas look like and what's going on. Oh, Jenny went to see West Side Story. I absolutely loved it. I will not spoil it for anyone, but I absolutely loved it. And what I loved about it is that, first of all, the film itself is spectacular. Secondly, it's Steven Spielberg. Hello. I mean, his cinematography is just outstanding. And third, I was lucky enough to go with some very close friends And the feeling of all of us sitting next to each other at the theater was similar to the feeling that you have when you go home for the holidays and you're sitting with your relatives on the big living room couch watching a movie, and we're all kind of having the feels together. So it was an unexpectedly wonderful Christmas activity. Everyone that is comfortable watching movies at a movie theater should consider watching West Side Story on the big screen. It was absolutely wonderful. Miguel is home for the holidays. What a nice feeling. I am home for the holidays and couldn't be happier. Mm, let's see what else we have. We have a squee for Guillermo del Toro, who was nominated for Best Director and Best Picture in the Critics' Choice Award for his film Nightmare Alley. Thank you very much for that, Matthew. Matthew, since you know all the sexy musicians in Mexico City, I wonder if you know this harpist we were just talking about and if you have any good shade about him. Let's see what else we have. Malecon, says Javier. Yes, we're going to go to the Malecon. I even took a shower. I already took my shower. Let's see what else we have. Buenos dias, Paco, from Tony Sanchez. Giving thought to the shacks, and I would put porta potties in them for the tourists to use as toilet facilities. Ay, Dios mío. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's an idea. I hadn't thought about that. Um, Why not? My big concern about the shacks is that they are, from the photos that I've seen, and I'm going to confirm this when I head into town, is that they are located right next to the bicycle path. So if they actually put things inside of these little casitas that you want to get close and take a look at, you or we will be obstructing the bicycle path. So that's for good urban planning, if you ask me. Um, let's see what else we have. Dory says that she and Bill got to the naval base at 7:45 a.m. and were home by 11 a.m. All went very well. I'm so very happy to hear. Suzanne comments, bring a seat to the Naval Hospital. I was there yesterday from 7 a.m. till noon, people cutting in line. That is unfortunate, but again, it was the first day. I sincerely hope it gets better for today and tomorrow. Tony is on his way to La Lija. I hope you don't have to wait very long, and thank you for reporting. John also reports it was fine at the Naval Hospital, just slow. No advance appointment necessary. Take sunscreen. Was standing a couple of hours in the sun. Only took my old Pfizer paperwork. They asked my age, photographed my paperwork, and got the vaccine. No problem. Just a long waiting time, pero así es la vida. Yes, such is life. Another one from Javier. I live in the Marina and have zero access to the beaches. The guards at condos and hotels say I have to drive to Boca Negra to access it. What can be done about this? Unfortunately, Javier, there is only one public access to the beach in Marina Vallarta, and that is at the very, very end of Marina Vallarta. Ironically, for safety reasons, all these buildings, all these hotels are supposed to be designed with an access way between each one of the properties so people can evacuate in case of an emergency, and in the case of buildings that are in front of the beach, to guarantee that people can get to the beach. But if you walk around hotel properties in Marina Vallarta and in the hotel zone here in the city, you find that those narrow accesses between buildings are mostly taken over by security personnel and security accesses. And unfortunately, there's very little we can do about that. Oh my God, you laughed at the turkey business. Thank you very much for laughing with me. Um, Logan, safe travels to visit with your family. I know you're going to charge with good energies and you're going to come back sharing some of those good energies, at least with me and with anybody we know. Yes, why not? We will share good energies with anyone. Let's see. Oh, Dana reports we went to the Naval Hospital about noon yesterday, no waiting. So it is quite possible that it was the morning rush that took everyone by surprise. Um, Amy was a longtime resident of Chicago, yes, so I have the pleasure of seeing her live so many times. Amazing voice, but a more amazing person. I am happy to say, Gary, that Amy and I go back many, many, many years. We have collaborated in projects when I used to do musical, um, I used to call them edutainment presentations at the Palm many years ago, where we talked about music and we had guest artists to perform specific songs. So, so Amy is she's a hero. She is a hero. Uh, Karen, who was also watching the concert, is looking forward to the interview. Thank you very, very much. Uh, Jenny, that's a very sweet thought. Nothing beats a morning with Paco and friends. Oh, and you see, that's one of the things that I discovered Amy and I have in common. She did not set out to create a community or be a part of a community that resulted from her broadcasts. And neither did I. I mean, to me, I am touched every single day when I see the wonderful community you folks have become, and to appreciate how you come here in the morning to to listen to the news and all that good stuff and the craziness, but also to be with one another, and that means a lot to me. It is a really special thing to be a part of. Tony reminds us of the Christmas concert by the Puerto Vallarta Game and Scores. That'll be tonight at the Palm. Thank you very much for that reminder. My goodness, you have all kinds of wonderful comments. Thank you very much. Uh, I thought the beaches belong to the Nationals and access should be allowed. The beaches belong to everyone, not only the Nationals. The beaches in Mexico are not restricted anywhere except for where nature itself creates coves and it's difficult to get to the beach. And unfortunately, when hotel owners or developers decide you know, to do their thing, they do their thing. And there's only so much we can do. But yes, Diane, the beaches belong to you and me and everyone else. Thank you for the update, Mark. Update got booster less than an hour. Good to hear. Then there's a question. Paco, this is from Michael. Hello, Michael. We went to the new place, Campomar, last night at 7. Not very busy this time, so was pretty distanced out. I would think weekend nights will be packed late night. Huge portions and tasty. One would be best to study the menu at home prior to going. It's overwhelming. I don't even know what Campomar is or where it is located, so thank you very much for the tip. When are we going to do our interview, Michael? We already rehearsed it. Do you want to go? Do you want to go Thursday morning? Let me know, and we'll have you as a special coffee and headlines guest. Campo Mar. I had not heard anything about it, but I'll be so very happy to Google it when we get done. Um, let's see. Sherry says the first time we saw Amy was at the Palm, and she is fabulous. Saw her several times over the years. You know, I discovered Adele through Amy. I had no idea who this Adele woman was, and then all of a sudden, Amy was singing, and it was just breathtaking. And Albert says this cluster reminds me that there are wonderful people. Of course, there are wonderful people, Albert. We just got to find them, and this is one of those places. Yes, I have found a lot of spirit and hope and love here as well. I am very, very grateful, and I appreciate your comments. Um, Campomar. Oh, Campomar is the old District 5. Thank you very much. So that is right across the street from La Isla Shopping Mall, if that's the place. Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. I will definitely look it up and see what it is about. So we'll see what happens after that. And I think we are at the end of our broadcast. As always, it is a pleasure to get together with you. After I do all the necessary housekeeping of uploading show notes um, and doing the usual process, we will put on our walking shoes and we'll head into town. So if you have a lazy schedule this morning, look for a a sign that we are going live here on Coffee and Headlines, and walk the craziness of the Malecon with me if you'd like. If not, it is always going to be available as a replay. And again, if Telcel provides not enough juice for us to be able to do this. Um, we will just record it as usual and we will present it tomorrow. But between now and then, stay happy, stay kind, stay healthy, stay well fed, and best and most important, stay connected and stay in touch. Have a great day.